we go. And we're alive.
We're live.
Hello, everybody.
My God, is it Friday already?
That was a quick week.
My God.
Yeah. Well, it's Sunday, and I'm Derek Warfield. These are the Wolfe tones, and we'd like to wish all our friends and lovers of Irish music and song a big Céad Míle Fáilte. We're all indeed delighted to be part of the Celtic Festival, and we'd like to thank Colleen and Chris for the invitation to be part of your wonderful show that you're presenting every week. Now, we thought it'd be very nice to start off with a song that embraces the whole of the Irish diaspora. And it's a song that indeed was written way back in 1880, was given a new lease of life by a wonderful composer of music, Pete St. John. And this next song indeed has brought the focus on the starvation of our people in the 1840s and 50s in Ireland, that led to the dispersal and disposal of millions of people around the world of Irish birth and extraction. And I suppose in many ways, this song is about the survivors of our great hunger in Ireland. And so if you've an ounce of Irish blood in you, you are a survivor of Ireland's Holocaust. And this song is a reminder of the awful years. So sing it out with pride. We have a wonderful heritage that we share worldwide. And we start off our show with this wonderful song, The Fields of Athenry.
Yay!
Yay! Love
Hey!
it. That's great. It's great.
My lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Michael, they are taking you away, for you stole your valiant's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now the prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love is on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. My lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. My lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. Sure she'll live and hope and pray
say, Andreas, hit them all high notes by
Absolutely. Can I just say, I was just looking at that there. I forgot our coats were sponsored in that video. We're all wearing the same coach.
I have to say,
I wish.
Andreas,
I wish.
I don't think we'd all fit in the one coat, Andrea.
Well, let me remind our viewers and our listeners that the singer of that song was Andreas. Andreas, you put tremendous passion into that song.
Thank you, thanks, Derek. Yeah, no, I give it a new lease of life on my end, and it goes down well at the shows, and yeah, we all did a great job in it. So yeah, thanks, Derek.
Yeah, it's I think there's a lot of emotion in many of our ballads, but I think that treatment you've given that song really brings out the full meaning of it. It's about survivors, it's about resilience, it's about a race of people that refuse to die, that brought in the beautiful music that was created around the world, because as immigrants around the world, they brought their music with them. They didn't leave it behind in Ireland, and it enriched communities all over the world, in America, in Australia, anywhere the Irish people settled. But I have to say, Andreas, that's a phenomenal version of this song, and I thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Derek. Thank you.
Maris, I want to say our next piece of music is
let's just maybe we have a couple of people watching in there. We have and thanks again to the Celtic Festivals Online, Chris and Colleen, for hosting our show tonight. And this is why we're on a Sunday instead of a Friday. We still have a Friday show as well, but thanks to everybody for hosting the show. We happy, and Colleen O'Malley is watching in. She's happy to be hearing us again tonight. Mark Berger says a strong way to start. Colleen is watching in from Syracuse. Mark is watching in from Baltimore in Maryland. Kelly Z is there. Kelly always has the funniest comments, I have to say. He does indeed. Nicole Healy is watching in from Bethlehem in Pennsylvania. And Teresa Chrisman is watching in from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, base of Blue Mountain. Linda Ferrer is watching in from Connecticut. So, and we have Weldon Beach is watching in from Murphy in North Carolina. So we have people watching in from everywhere. This is a very friendly time for all our fans in the US. So
yeah,
absolutely, and of course here in Ireland too. So it's great to have you all.
Yes.
Yeah, and I should say that we, for those of you viewers watching, we present a show every Friday at probably not the most serviceable time for people in America, but we present it at 7 o'clock, but we always leave our shows up online so they can be watched at all times. And there's 20 to 25,000 people view them every week. Sorry. And
oh God, I hope you don't say that in 2 years' time.
I know, yes. Who would have thought that we'd be doing these shows after 21 weeks? But our next song is a ballad that was written by Bobby Sands back home in Derry, and he wrote a song about the followers of Robert.
We have Rock On next. Do we not have? Rock
sorry,
on?
Yes, right. Yeah, we have Rock On, Rock All, and that's right. I'm very sorry. I'm looking at the wrong list. Rock On, Rock All. Cormac, you're on next. Cormac sings this song. There's a small little rock that's out in the Atlantic. And you know, every country has neighbors, but we've had the neighbors from hell over the last 700 years. And the neighbors from hell have their government in London. And the one thing about neighbors is that you like to think that your possessions and the things that belong to you can't be touched. But that's not the case when it comes to London. They don't recognize the law. And it seems that there's a small little rock out in the Atlantic Ireland is the closest country to it. And they decided a couple of years ago that they would like to claim it. Now, I think everyone will agree that the English authority have a long history of claiming rocks that don't belong to them. And they can claim to have no bill of sale for a number of their possessions around the world. So this little rock, they made a big mistake because it's inhabited by seagulls and gannets, and they're all Irish. And all of those gannets indeed were very, very upset to be claimed by a crown. And so back about 25 years ago with the old band, the Wolfe Tones, we recorded this song, Rock On, Rock All, just reminding the world that you don't mess with Irish rocks. Isn't that right, Cormac? And I know you're singing it for the last 20 years. Isn't that right?
Yes, I love it. It's a great ballad, Derek. It's a great one, and we do it live as most of our gigs. We do it. It's always a crowd pleaser, you know. It's a great song, and yeah, I love singing it. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. Okay. Here it
song of
comes.
resistance.
Rock on, rock off.
Rock on. Yes. Enjoy.
Holy Empire is finished, no foreign land to seize. So the greedy eye of England is starting towards the sea. 200 miles from Donegal, there's a place that's called Rockall, and the groping hands of Whitehall are grabbing at its wall. Oh, rock on, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, or you'll meet the same resistance as you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. This rock is part of Ireland, it's written in folklore. When Finn MacCool took the solid grass, he threw it to the floor. Then he tossed the pebble across the sea. Wherever they did fall, for the sun became the island man, the pebble called Rockall. Oh, rock on, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, or you'll meet the same resistance as you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. Oh, the seas will not be silent, while Britannia rounds the waves, but remember that us Irish will no longer be your slave. Remember that Britannia well. You will rule the waves no more, so keep your hands off Rockall, it's Irish to the core. Oh, rock on, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, or you'll meet the same resistance as you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. Oh, rock on, Rockall, you'll never fall. For Britain's greedy hands, or you'll meet the same resistance as you did in many lands. May the seagulls rise above your eyes, and the water crush your shell, and the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell. And the natural gas will burn your ass and blow you all to hell.
Mighty.
Lovely, Cormac.
Hey, well done, everybody. Great
Well
stuff.
done,
Well,
Cormac.
well done yourself. No, well done yourself.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Damaris, have you have more requests there?
Yes, there is indeed. Kelly said she's getting spoiled having us on twice in 1 week. And
I'd say she is.
Jeff Lobenstein says hello from outside Chicago. Geraldine Cottle is watching in again. She always watches in all the time. She says
Darlene,
hi
yeah.
all. Instead of happy Friday, it's happy Sunday. No.
Good on you, Jeremy.
Yeah. Sarah Severy is watching in from Fresno in California. She's practicing her slip jigs, but taking a break.
Fresno!
Mark Berger says it's late in Dublin, so they appreciate it in the States.
Oh, we're actually 1 hour behind in Cavan. It's actually not too late in Cavan. We're 1 hour behind.
Some places in Cavan are more than a year behind.
No.
Yes. Poor Cavan gets it all the time. More stuff there, Morris. And I go on to the next song, maybe. Which is, of course, the wonderful ballad that was written by Bobby Sands in prison about the followers of Robert Emmet who were all deported to Australia. Now, Robert Emmet was one of the great patriotic figures of Ireland. I think there are more towns, counties, and places and monuments to Robert Emmet in America than any other patriotic figure. He's remembered with a beautiful statue in Washington, in the capital of the city. Many counties called their districts after Emmet. He was such an iconic figure because he was inspired by George Washington, by the success of the American Revolution, and he wanted to emulate that in Ireland. And unfortunately, he failed. But George Washington succeeded, and his followers, who were the poor of Ireland, as many of you might know, Robert Emmet was from a very powerful, wealthy, aristocratic family. But the poor of Ireland followed him because he offered a new way of giving the people of Ireland a say in their own government, away from the sectarianism that was part of English rule in this country. So we remember Robert Emmet, but we also give great credit to Bobby Sands for writing this song in prison and giving us a full story, indeed, that many patriotic figures have done. They have written their feelings about our history and the continuity of struggle for freedom and liberty of our nation. So here's the beautiful song that Bobby Sands wrote about Robert Emmet's men and women who were all deposed of, and many of them never made it to Australia. They died in the horrible and poor conditions of English prison ships. So here's the wonderful song, Back Home in Derry.
Derek, just before that played, I've got breaking news here. Breaking news. That the Tiernan Og won the Camogie and Hurling today in Randallstown and Antrim. So since we're doing a Derry song, this is the nearest place that we're going to be singing about up in that part of the world. So they haven't done it in 100 years, the double. So a big shout out to Tiernan Og in Randallstown in County Antrim.
Well, fair play. And it's the Camogie team or the hurling team?
Camogie, Hurling, they done it in the bowls, they done it in the skittles, the whole lot. They won everything.
Very good. The big girls with the big, small ball.
Oh!
So this is dedicated to all the hurlers in County Antrim, particularly the girls who won the championship today. What a beautiful way to celebrate with this great song. So here it is, dedicated to all the girls from Randallstown. And I have to say...
And the boys as well in the hurling.
And the boys. We played in many towns across Ireland, and we played in Randallstown as well. So up Antrim. Here we go.
Oh!
In 1803, we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry. For Australia bound, if we didn't all drown, and the marks of our fetters we carried. In the rusty iron chains, we sighed for our wains, as our good women we left in sorrow. As the mainsails unfurled, our curses we hurled at the English and the thoughts of tomorrow. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. came out of the foil, bid farewell to the soil, as down below decks we were lying. Out the heart he screamed, woken out from a dream by the vision of bold Robert dying. The sun had burned cruel as we dished out the gruel. Dan O'Connor was down with the fever. 60 rebels today bound for Botany Bay. How many will meet their receiver? Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Cursed them to hell as I fought the swell. Our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out at sea, we were now 43. We bury our comrades each morning. In our own slime, we were lost in the time of endless night without dawning. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, Van Diemen's Land is a hell for a man to live out his whole life in slavery, where the climate is raw and the gun makes the law. Neither wind nor rain cares for bravery. 20 years have passed by and they've ended me bond. My comrades ghosts walk behind me. A rebel I came, oh, I'm still the same. On the cold winds of night now you'll find me. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. I wish I was back home in Derry.
Back home in Derry.
That song reminds me of another song. Don't know what it is, it just reminds me of another song.
Back home in Derry, the wonderful ballad, and we like to mention that coming up next is not being biased at all. What is the best and the most talented banjo player in the world today, Damaris Woods, and she's going to play on the banjo.
Absolutely.
And the Blackberry Blossom. And this tune was given the title by a President of America, President Garfield, who didn't serve for a long time. Unfortunately, he was assassinated, and one of the 3 American presidents that happened to. But he was a wonderful musician. He played the fiddle, and it's believed that he gave this title to the song. I know you know a little bit about the history of it, Damaris. Tell us.
Oh no, I leave the history to you, Dave.
He was a soldier in the Civil War, President Garfield, and it's believed that he heard some in the Civil War in America. Where all the hoolies and the parties happened were in the Irish mess tents, because the Irish had all the music, and all the musicians would gather at their places of rest, and there would be sessions and music and so forth. And President Garfield heard a musician playing this tune, and he asked him the name of it, and he didn't know the name of it. And with that, he was chewing tobacco, and he spit the tobacco into a blackberry bush. And he said,
That's the
"Here's the
devil."
name, Blackberry Blossom. That's the name of it." And that's what they say. That's how it got its name. But it's a great tune. And we have a great player to play at the Maris Woods. Here she is with and the Blackberry Blossom.
Shucks. A couple of requests there. Kelly says your TikTok was the best today, Derek.
The kids got me up to it. They said they wanted me to go around in the quad making hay, and I with an Irish flag, and I suppose I had to dumb down and do everything they asked.
I noticed, Derek.
I don't think you had to really dumb down now. I think you did okay as you were. So.
I'm dumb enough, yes.
I noticed you got it in just before the ban on it. In America. You just got it in the door there, Derek.
Yeah, very good. So thanks to Oren and Dallin for all their help with the video today with the TikTok. Thanks, guys. Sherry Forster says, "Thank you so much for sharing your music, culture, and laughter with us." She's sending fond wishes from Oregon. Oh, thanks very much. William says he's related to Grace Gifford through his maternal grandfather, Joseph William Gifford. He would love to hear Grace. Very good. Ellie Z loves back home in Derry, but she said, "We all look so cold."
Once again, our coach responsible.
Okay, Blackberry Blossom coming up.
You.
Lovely. Well played, the artist.
Mighty.
Where did you get it?
Thought happened
Brendan
stuff
as well.
there.
Good stuff,
Oh,
Brendan.
Jesus, I'll tell you.
You
Where
have a
must you
birthday
get it?
request tomorrow. So you have a birthday request for somebody.
We do. We have a request. Well, actually, for the next song. The next song is Boston Rose, and especially for Mike Stevens out there. It's himself and Kathy's. Well, it's his birthday today, and so Kathy requested a song for him, and he
Where are
requested
they from, Damaris?
Iowa. From Kathy and Mike
Lawler.
from Iowa. Lawler.
Oh yeah, from Lawler.
Lawler.
Yes.
Yep.
They always come to see us when we play in Iowa. So
Kathy and
fair
Mike,
play
yeah.
to them.
Happy birthday, Mike.
One of our biggest fans.
Absolutely. Kelly Z enjoyed that. And Weldon Beach says super job on Blackberry Blossom. And just so everybody knows, we're streaming through the Celtic Festival Online. It's a special show tonight, and thanks to Colleen and Chris for hosting us. And so pop over and make sure you pop over and give their page a like, because they do.
Absolutely.
They're streaming lots of different. The link is up there to streaming lots of different bands. So we're streaming through their page tonight. So thanks to everybody for tuning in, and hope you're enjoying the music.
Yeah.
Boston Rose.
And don't forget, boys and girls that are watching and listening, that you can download all our music. It's available on our website and a plethora of sites. You get it over the internet. Bandcamp, yes.
Tinder, Spotify,
Yes.
Buzzbee or Buzz and Grinder.
TikTok now.
We're on everything.
Yes. The birthday request is for the Boston Rose, a lovely song. So, and well done. Happy birthday to all our friends out there in Iowa.
Mike and Kathy. Well, Mike, especially happy birthday to Mike.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday,
Mike.
They watch our live streams every single week, and they come to all our shows when we're in the area. So happy birthday. Okay, let me
Absolutely.
just get Boston Rose ready here. Oh.
Awesome.
So how was everyone's weekend?
Well, sure, look, we're
Quiet enough now. Quiet
I do a
enough.
quiet one.
I had a quiet one, yeah.
What did I do? I was in the studio today.
Oh, very good.
I sang
good
the
man.
show 25 times. Oh
Only
my God.
25, only 25.
Oh, mother of God.
That was grand. That was grand. Okay, here we go with Boston Rose, especially for Mike.
Now the autumn leaves are falling, and the tourists have all gone, and the children they have gone back to school, and my life is as it was before. I work 8 hours a day, but the company's still making all the rules. There's a girl in Massachusetts, south of Boston town, she said, and her lovely face is with me all the day. But I met her down in a hollow tree, golden hair upon her head. I took her heart and she stole mine away. So goodbye, my Boston beauty. Farewell, my Boston rose. I'll wait for you, I'll think of you. No treasure you I'll boast. So goodbye, my Boston beauty. Farewell, my Boston rose. I wish that you were here, and I know that's the way life goes. There's a song we sang all summer in the bars of Dublin town. I can hear it on the factory radio, and the feeling I remember. I hear that
Lovely
Well
stuff.
done, Andreas.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
lovely job,
everybody.
pal. Well done.
Thank-
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
But I can't remember when we done that. When did we do that one?
Last
That's a
May.
while back.
Oh, that
right?
was Jesus, that was back in the olden days.
We was, in fact, when we said we do it, we said, well, we'll probably be back on the road in June, so we mightn't get a chance to do any other songs. So we did that one.
Yeah.
Sure, Jesus, sure, if we do 2 or 3 recordings, it'll get us through it. 25,000 recordings later. Oh,
Very
God.
good.
I would have thought, for those viewers out there, just to say we're a traveling band and we're doing over 250 shows every year. And our whole life has been changed because of the COVID. And we're not alone, of course. Many of the performers and musicians are in the same boat. But it's a big change to our life. And because most people that are involved in music, and particularly this band and myself, we love what we do. And part of our life is music and song and traveling and bringing that wonderful tradition to communities all over the world. So that's been taken away from us. And but I do appreciate all the support that we've been given by our friends and fans around the world, by downloading our music and by the wonderful texts and the emails that you've sent to us of support. So thank you for that. Damaris, I'm sure you have more to say about it.
Yeah, we have lots of people actually requesting the Foggy Jew, so I'm just adding that to the playlist because we said we'd take a couple of requests. So we have Foggy Jew is there, so maybe we might give that a quick we'll give that a lash. I think it's one of the first that we did, and thanks to Luca Byrne for helping us put the video together. It's not always easy because we're all in different locations, so and some of us get locked down and some of us are not locked down, and sure. Folks, if I hear the word lock anymore, I tell you.
Cormac, you're probably one of the few lucky Dubliners that's not in Dublin.
I'm telling you, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, so we'll give the old Foggy Jew there for the people that have been requesting it. We might give that an old.
Okay, well, I'll say a few words about it afterwards. It's a great song that reminds us all of the Easter Rebellion of 1916. It was written by Father Charles O'Neill, who knew all the men and women involved in the rebellion on a personal basis, and he wrote the song as a tribute to their courage, bravery, and it's probably today the seminal song of the Easter Rebellion, a wonderful ballad remembering not only the 7 men who signed their proclamation, but those who fought and died with them, the men and women who fought alongside them, Padraig Pearse, Tomas MacDonagh, Joseph Plunkett, Eamon Kent, Tom Clark, Sean McDermott, and James Connolly, who signed their proclamation, that all paid tribute to in this wonderful ballad. And here it is, The Foggy Jew.
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah, so enjoy.
And now, boys and girls, Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfe Tones, presenting Damaris Woods on banjo, Milo Mylan on guitar, Cormac McGuinness on bass, Andre Stroken on keyboard, and Jim Woods on bodhrán, with our special guest, Oran Woods, all the way from Donegal. The Foggy Jew, as down the glen one Easter morn.
As down the glen one Easter morn, with safety fair all died, there Ireland's lines of marching men and squadrons passed me by. No pipes that pun, no battle drum, it sounded loud tattoo, but the Angelus bell or the Liffey swell rang out in the foggy dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town, they flung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die 'neath an Irish Royal Meads, the men came hurrying through. While Britannia's sons with the great big guns sailed in through the foggy dew. Oh, the night fell black and the rifles black, they were the odds Albion wheel. With the laden way in 7 tons of flame, the giant o'er the lines of steel. By chiming blade the prayer was said, that to Ireland the songs be true. When the morning broke, till the war flag shook, out its sword in the foggy dew. England bade our wild geese go, that small nation might be free. But the lonely graves are by Subla's waves, on the fringe of the great North Sea. Oh, have they died by Pierce's side, or fought by Cobra? Their names we would keep where the Fenians sleep, beneath the shroud of the foggy. Requiem bell, ring mournfully and clear. All those who died at Eastertide in the springtime of the year. While the world did gaze with deep amaze at those fearless men brought through, who bore their fight with the freedom's light, and shine through the foggy. Back through the glen I rode again, my heart with grief was sore. For I parted with those gallant men, whom I'll never see no more. But to and fro in my dreams I go, I kneel and I pray for you, for slavery fled. Oh, glorious death, when you fell in the foggy dew.
Mighty.
Yay!
Oh, it seems like a lifetime ago.
I
It
know.
does, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I know, yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for
Yeah.
Luca Byrne for helping us put that stream together.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we're streaming live through the Celtic Festival Online page tonight. Don't forget to pop over to their page and check out their website. They actually have a marketplace on their website, and it's a curated group of entrepreneurs and handmakers keeping the Celtic spirit alive. So go over and check out their shop. They've got lots of lovely things on their shop page. So give them a shout out and give them a like, and check out their marketplace. So
Well done, guys.
Very good.
Yeah, lovely.
Ellie says she's so glad that we've learned the tech and staying in front of us. I got to know all you lovely nutters because of these live streams.
Okay, you see,
Thanks very much.
and then she got to know me.
What can I
Oh,
say?
we didn't realize that, Andreas. Do you want to, tell us more.
I should say to all our viewers and listeners that you get when you're looking at these lads and the laughter and the joy that comes out of their communications with together, you want to be on the road with these fellas now. And if you really wanted to understand how it's bearable, is the fact that I think we're all used to traveling, and we're able to lighten the burden of all. The hardest part of our work is traveling and getting to the gigs and everything that it entails. You have to deal with a different problem every hour, never mind every day. And and so
I'm just
but it's
worried.
still,
I'm worried, Derek, because you said it's bearable. I don't know if it's bearable.
Yeah, but I'm not only. We're only talking about Cormac's toilet breaks. That's all we're talking about. There's more than that.
yeah. But I would like to say to the Celtic Festival that they do have wonderful goods there. So I think you should check them out because an important part of Irish music is to promote indeed our history, to promote our heritage and culture and tradition, and also the wonderful arts and crafts that are made in this country. And we have a long tradition of artistic creation in Ireland. And so check it out and check all the things on the site. The next song is going to be a wonderful ballad written by Liam Riley that was wonderful success for a band down through the years. For the old band, the Wolfe Tones and the young Wolfe Tones, and no singer has done it more justice this ballad than Milo. And Milo, I know you love the song. Tell us why you love it.
Well, I don't know. I suppose it's a one of those songs that when you get the opportunity to perform it, you can't help but be proud to sing it, you know. And I'm very honored to perform it on stage with yourselves, and it just, even the more I sing it, the more it becomes part of the group and part of ourselves. It becomes ingrained within me every time I hear it and every time I perform it. So it's just a powerful ballad that I do enjoy singing, and I take a privilege in performing it.
And you know, for those of you, the viewers that don't know, it's a song that pays tribute to the Irish immigrants and exiles and the disposed and dispersed people of Ireland. Many of them found opportunity and indeed to serve their communities through the fire service and through the police service. And this song in America is a tribute to all the Irish of birth and extraction who filled the ranks of the police force in New York. And many of them were and are my greatest lifetime friends. And their dedication to their jobs, I know from personal connections with them, is exemplary, because they took their jobs home, and many of them paid a high price with the devotion they had to service of their districts and communities in which they served over their lifetime. So for me, it's part of my life, and I'm always grateful to Liam Riley for writing the wonderful song, and I think for people like yourself that can do it justice in singing and interpreting the wonderful words that he wrote of tribute to Irish exiles who contributed so much to every city, not just New York, but to every city across the nation.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think it's a strong message as well to the people who looked at America as the land of opportunity and still do, you know, and it still rings within those people who look for a brighter future to some extent that Ireland didn't have the opportunity to provide for those people in the past. And I think that's another, it's also the song when you sing it to do it justice as well. And that's, for me, that was an important part of it for me to when I sang the song. Growing up with it, you hear it all the time growing up, but you know, it was just one of those ballads that you know. I might remember my brother coming home from Australia, and he said to me, "You may learn this song." This is years ago now. I was quite young at the time, and he was the one who kind of introduced me to the Wolfe Tones music and the ballads. But the Streets of New York is the one song that I'll always remember, and it stands the test of time as well as anything else, I suppose, you know.
It's an immigrant ballad, really, isn't it?
Yes,
that's what it is, yeah. Damaris, do you have anything to add in request?
No, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and we'll play The Streets of New York. There you go.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Enjoy.
I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money and a cartload of dreams. Take your time, said me father, stop rushing like hell, and remember all is not what it seems to be. For there's fellas what cut you for the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. So take care, me young bucko, and mind yourself well. Will you give this sweet note to me brother? At the time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn. Me father, the youngest, he looked after the farm. When a phone call from America said send a lad over, me old fella said sure it wouldn't do any harm. For I've spent my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of the pound. Sure, maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see, and you can bring it back home, make it easy on me. So I landed at Kennedy when a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. Well, me poor heart was thumping around with excitement, and I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the short parkway through the flatlands of Brooklyn to my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, and I sang "You're as free as a bird." Well, to shorten the story, what I found out that day, Uncle Benji got shot down in an uptown foray. And while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city morgue. So I phoned up the old fella and told him the news. I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes, and he wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, and not to forget, be a proud Irishman. So I went up to Nelly's beside Fordham Road, started to learn about lifting the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year was the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December, cause me old fella died, and to borrow the money from Phil on the side. And sure all the bright flowers and brass couldn't hide the poor wasted face of my father. I sold up the old farmyard for what it was worth, and into my bag stuck a handful of earth. And I boarded a plane, and I caught me a train, and I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. The kids know to use the correct knife and fork, but I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order on the streets of New York. La 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 la
Well done, everyone.
Hey.
Lovely, well done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well done, Milo. You did a wonderful job on that song, and it's great credit to your God-given voice, and dedicated to all our friends across the world who are watching this evening. and the Celtic Festival show. And we'd like to thank Colleen and Chris for inviting us on. And do you have requests there, Damaris?
Just lots of requests. Actually, some people are looking for Grace, so I might just throw that in there before we play we finish with our last song then. Because I know we were a little bit late. We had a technical glitch, and we got that sorted out anyway. So thankfully, all is good. Don't forget to check out the Celtic Festival Online. Check out their shop. They have lots of lovely Irish goodies on their shop. And check out their page as well, because they have a lot of bands coming on next weekend. They have the Gotthard Sisters on Friday, the 25th of September at 8 p.m.
Lovely ladies from...
They're great. Yeah.
From Washington, I think, in Oregon. We performed with many festivals with them, and what graceful art they bring to their musicianship and the performances. And so we wish them, don't forget to watch them. Don't miss them, because they're wonderful little girls. And they'll be on, is it next week, Damaris?
Yeah, the 25th. And then they have Troy from the Humble Hooligans is on Sunday, the 27th of September. So he's on at 5 p.m.
I think Milo's in that band as well, the Humble Hooligans.
Whatever about the hooligans.
Oh God.
So, what did we say we were going to do? Oh yes,
Grace.
Well, seems how we have a descendant of Grace Gifford watching in on the show tonight, I think it's only fair to
Absolutely.
have
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a beautiful song, and of course, Grace Gifford and Joseph Plungle were married in Kilmainham Prison Chapel, and the love story is been told by many people. But it's important to remember the love that they shared together was matched by the love that they had for Ireland and the love that they had for freedom and liberty. They were a devoted couple to freedom, and you know, we should be forever mindful of the fact that they wanted, indeed they were motivated by the highest unselfish patriotic standards, and that's something that, you know, that we should be very, very proud of. They were wonderful people, and Grace Gifford in many ways exemplified the women that were involved in our struggle for freedom, and it's a beautiful musical tribute to them and the love they shared. And I think is it Cormac saying or Milo? Milo. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about the past few weeks. Will they say we failed in our school days? They have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you. Just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. He'll take me out at dawn and I must die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Warwick called me to his side down in the GPO, I breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you, and I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I've loved so much that I could see his blood upon the road. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They take me out at dawn and I must die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. No, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye.
Beautiful. Well done.
Mighty.
Mighty stuff.
Lovely.
Great. No, I should, remind our folks that are watching that we're all in different places, and sometimes to put all these songs together, it takes a lot of technical expertise from the team, and we should acknowledge indeed the wonderful work of Milo, Damaris, Andreas, and Cormac, who spend many hours in putting all the things together. So a big thank you to you. And the technology is wonderful because it keeps us in touch with all the many lovers of our music and song around the world. And particularly, we're very grateful for all those who are not visible behind the scenes. I know, Damaris, you never fail to mention Luca and the Bourne brothers, who were so helpful in putting a lot of our songs together.
Yep, I'm Milo, I'm Finton. We have, of course, Brendan Keenan that always gives us a dig out. We got a reminder from Sydney Deering that the Gotthard sisters are actually from Seattle, the upper left-hand corner of the map.
Yes.
Kelly,
I didn't mention Washington.
No, I was going to say, he did mention Washington, yeah.
Yes,
So.
Yeah.
We'll back you up there, Derek.
Yes.
Kelly says Milo may be a hooligan, but he has the singing voice of an angel. We want the hooligan.
Oh, Kelly, thanks very much, Kelly.
Linda Ferrer says she enjoyed our performance at the Milford, Connecticut Irish Festival last year. Thanks for today. Hope to see you live on stage soon. We hope to see ourselves live on stage soon.
Please, God, yeah.
And again, thanks to the Celtic Festival Online for hosting our show tonight. And don't forget to go over and check out their page for all the events that they have coming up and different artists that they feature on the page. And of course, they have a marketplace and lots of goodies, loads of goodies. So here we go. And thanks to Colleen and Chris again for having us. For hosting.
Thanks, guys.
Putting it all together.
Thanks, everyone.
I think we're up to our last song.
Yeah, Cormac, do you want to say something to the Celtic people? Yes.
Yes, I want to thank you very much, guys, for having us, and we really appreciate it. And thanks for sharing all our stuff. And just thank you so much, and thanks for everyone that's tuned in, and all the continued support from everyone. It's much appreciated. So thanks.
What do you want to say to them? Come on, the angel Gabriel.
Angel voice.
Just keep up the good work, and thanks a million for following us and supporting us. And don't forget our band camp. We have the t-shirts up there, and all our music is there, and CDs are available. That's a great way to help support the band throughout this pandemic. And hopefully we get to see you all again soon on the road and in the venues. Please God, everything opens up very shortly.
Andreas.
Please God.
Yeah, everything the lad said. I'm only joking. No, it's great that we can do live shows like this And you know, the one good thing about all these live shows is we don't have to pack up gear. It's great. But I will pack up anything at this stage just to get back out on the road.
We keep that in mind. We keep that in mind.
What
Yeah.
was the
We hold to that.
No, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy now, and thanks again.
Well, I'll introduce the last song. So it's going to be a ballad that was written by Dominic Bean, and a ballad called Get Out You Black and Tans. Now, the Black and Tans were sent to Ireland back in 1920 to put an end to Irish aspirations for freedom and liberty. Of course, they failed because of the tremendous violence that they brought to Ireland through they were not answerable or accountable to any authority, and they left a very sad trail of destruction and murders across our country, responsible for murdering over 250 innocent people. I sometimes think that it's not just the violence and indeed the oppression that English authority brought to Ireland is the main reason for the antagonism of Irish people that's sustained for so many years and still hasn't gone away. I think the core of it is the disrespect that successful governments have had for Ireland, the dishonored treaties that are part of our history, and in many ways, dishonored and disrespect of our country and of our people and our representative down through the years have been terrible. And this next song is a reminder of resistance. Resistance through music, one of the great songs of resistance. Let's hear you join and sing with us, Get Out Your Black and Tans.
You!
You!
I was born on a Dublin street where the loyal drums did beat. The loving English feet, they walked all over us. And every single night when me dad would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours out to witness chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you I know you won medals down in Flanders. There how the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killishamble. Come let us hear you tell how you slandered great Parnell when you taught them well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers that you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed? Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killishamble. Come tell us how you slew them old Arabs 2 by 2. Like the Zulus, they had spears and bow and arrows. How bravely you faced one with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened them damn natives to the marrow. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away the green and lovely lakes of Killishamble. The time is coming fast and I think the day is near when each O'Neill he will run before us. And if there be any need, well our kids will say Godspeed with a verse or two of singing this fine chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killishamble. I was born on a Dublin street where the loyal drums did beat. The loving English feet, they walked all over us. And on tight. He'd invite the neighbours out to witness chorus. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white, how you won medals down at Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show you white, how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lakes of Killashandra.
Oh God.
Mighty,
Lovely.
mighty.
Mighty.
Lovely stuff.
Oh,
Oh, if anyone spotted there, folks, I took up the guitar there for a day back in September last year. If anyone spotted in the video.
They were saying farewell to the Celtic Festival.
Absolutely, and thanks again to Colleen and Chris for having us, and to everybody for watching in on our once-off Sunday night show. And we'll all be back next Friday night with our live stream, and we hope to see you. And that's pretty much it. Thank you and good night.
Thank you all.
everybody.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Bye.
bye. See you all again soon.
Don't
Thanks a
forget,
lot.
don't forget to check out that page for all the goodies, the Celtic
Absolutely.
Festival Online page. And thanks a million again. See you.
Thank
I'm
you.
small if you want to send us anything. I'm small.
TMI.
Bye.
Okay, see you on Friday. Thanks very much.